right there, Latin 1. As if two tenses weren't enough, we are running into a certain kind of verb that probably deserves a little bit more attention. So let's talk about intransitive compound verbs, all right? The nice thing about all these videos is that you can keep coming back to them to increase your understanding, right? So an intransitive compound verb is an intransitive verb that has a preposition tacked onto it, okay? We've seen them, all right? And they take a dative, and that's the important part. They take a dative to act like a direct object because they're not really transitive verbs, so they can't take direct objects. So it's not going to take the accusative, okay? So those are the rules. Now, let me give you a couple examples that you've run into already. So there's the verb propinquo, which means to be near. We haven't seen that one. We've seen its cousin, ad plus propinquo. And if you say ad propinquo, turns into apropinquo. And apropinquo, okay? And apropinquo turns to apropinquare, right? And I forgot to write that part down. So let's just go with this. Oh, that was right. Apropinquo. Yeah. All right. Sorry. Reading it backwards sometimes throws me off. You'd think I'd get good at reading things backwards. But apropinquo, right? Apropinquo, apropinquare. Apropinquavi, apropinquatum. Now, you have seen apropinquaturum. You have seen people approaching toward something. So you'll see apropinquo ad arborem, but you've never seen apropinquo arborem because it doesn't work that way. It would have to take a dative. So you either add its preposition back to it, or you take the dative. We also have ob plus curo turns into occuro, because obcuro, occuro, occuro, occuro. That's how it works. So, Cornelia Aureliae apropinquabit. Cornelia will approach will approach Aurelia. Now, if we didn't want to use the dative, if we want to put her in the accusative, we would just need to put ad in front of it, because ad governs the accusative. The next one, Titus pueris occurrerat. Titus had met the boys. These verbs take the dative. You can either memorize as such, or you can remember that if it's not a transitive verb and it has a preposition in front of it, it will take the dative. All right. So that's it as far as that grammar goes. What I want you to do now is go ahead and read page 212, okay? And that'll help solidify it for you. And then I want you to do exercise 24E, okay? And 24E is putting it all together. Now, the problem with 24E is they give you slashes. So number 4, I'm going to do number 4 for you. Normally I give you number 1, but number 4. So unless you move / will have moved another bed into the room, we will not be willing to sleep here. So what I want you to do is only do the part after the slash. So unless you will have moved, that's what you're going to write down. Another bed into the room, we will not be willing to sleep here. So unless you will have moved another bed into the bedroom, we will not be willing to sleep here. Nisi alium lectum in cubiculum. Let's see, unless you will have moved. So, oh, it gives it to us right there. Moveris. No, moveris. Moveris. Nos hic dormire nolamus. Nolemus. Yeah. Nolemus. Okay? So that way, when you see the slashes, there you go. So that's how you do all of these. And you will run into a few verbs that take the dative as their indirect objects. So make sure that you keep track of that. So that's exercise 24E. All right? And that's all you got to do. Okay, I'm going to hit the button.